Hello and welcome to Shadowrun: The Road to Chaos. This is one of our special edition episodes to explain a few things that have been mysteriously going on in the background. So right now I have our dear player Major Dude Strong. So Major Dude Strong, please introduce yourself. Oh, crikey. Did not
Sorry.
like that.
No, that was me being a dick. Hey, I'm Major Dude Strong. I'm a very tired and tuck it out Major Dude Strong, but I'm here today for a session, and I will be playing the character Bastion, who is he's an adept. He is a Japanese adept. He likes climbing walls and stabbing things.
That's always a good way to go about things.
And the romancing shirt. Oh yeah.
You're gross. You're just gross.
You
It's
know it.
gross.
You know it. It's also cheesy. There's too much cheese in here. I think there's so much cheese I'm becoming friend.
It's so much cheese that it's making me lactose intolerant.
Finger guns.
But yes. So yes. So this is sort of a filler episode. So you guys get to know what his character Bastion was doing whilst the other guys were.
Excuse you.
Excuse me. Excuse you.
It's not a filler. It's an episode as it is. It doesn't have to be called a filler. That's so rude.
Well, it's filling.
I'm right here, you know.
It's filling our dear audience in on what you have been doing. Thus, it is
Then
technically.
call it exposition. There you go. That's all you need to say.
Your own personality is an exposition. But
To be fair, like half my character is me telling people, like, yeah, you know, I come from the Yakuza, no big.
Yeah, I may be young, but I'm actually like I should totally be your leader because I'm so cool.
To be fair, nobody followed my orders, and people started dying.
True,
Go figure.
but when people have a plan, the plan usually fails. It's the nature of Shadowrun. But anyway, GM tips aside, this is what happened when Bastion. He was invited on the same mission as the rest of our team. However, Bastion was already dealing with some interesting events himself.
And he's too busy right now.
So this is about a couple of days before our team went to the Blades, and Bastion, where are you on a Tuesday night?
On a Tuesday night, I'm watching anime in my house, on my beanbag, in my room, also full of anime.
With Sherita?
If she's interested in the anime, which she probably is. Gundam Build Fighter.
Yep. Well, you know, as long as you don't annoy her and cause her to hit you with her giant pipe wrench called Lily.
Which she carries everywhere, but apparently.
Occasionally she forgets, but she has like a proper little strap that she has across her back, like somebody would have with an
That's
AK.
adorable. So you just sling around, you don't glove it from the front.
Yeah.
Ding.
It's basically the equivalent of somebody having an AK rifle strap, except she has it on.
So it's a sling?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so you get a phone call. It's from a number you haven't received any calls from. You think you recognise it, but you're not entirely sure.
I pick up. I quickly just allow Sherita to watch the rest of the episode. Give her a quick, like, you know, I'll be back in a bit. Sign and walk out just outside the door and go, Mochi Mochi, Bastion this.
Hello, Bastion. It's Angela Pelinta. You recognise this voice. Previous to this whole stream, Bastion's character had been assigned to retrieve a runaway girl, this Angela Pelinta.
So much running.
Yeah. From her running away from her rather strict father. after which she began to trust him a bit more, and happy things, you know. She went back to her father, but she's gained an ally, so to speak. Her voice
It's
is
me.
yeah. Well, her voice is a lot more formal than the last time you met her, and she seems like she's even more adult than she lets on than you know her to be. Bastion, are you available for hire?
In what manner?
Well, my father is having an event, and he has decided that I am allowed to pick one member of my security team to basically make sure that nobody touches me. It's a big event, and it's happened many, many times before, but my father, being my father, insists on me being babysat by at least 3 people. Would you be willing to be one of those team members?
That depends. What does the event involve?
It's a show event. My father is showing, he's showing off products, and he's going to be showing a new product that he's made to companies and to security forces.
So it's a sales pitch.
It is a massive sales pitch. I feel sorry for anyone who has to be involved, because frankly I cannot be bothered with this sort of event.
I do not blame you.
But I'd rather have somebody there who, frankly, is far more interesting than the other adults I have to deal with.
Other adults.
Well, security teams, my father, all of the many different people who want to chat up my father and use him for money.
I'm listening.
Well, I will be able to give you a fuller brief if you are interested. Come to this bar. I'll send you a link. Tomorrow, come for lunch, 12 o'clock. It'll be you, me, and my father. He wants to see how I deal with the situation. But it'll be mostly me.
Understood.
And it's okay if you want to bring a mask. It's understood.
I will likely bring a mask too. Well, I do not like to be known.
Eyes must be visible, but apart
Naturally.
from that, it's fine. I will see you for lunch then.
Understood. See you there.
Bye bye. And the phone clicks
John.
off. You get a pin for the middle of one of the really posh areas of London. You don't really hang around there very much, because frankly most of the things there are mostly out of your price range. But you find yourself being invited to the city. It's the financial heart and geographical heart of London. It's also where the Mayor of London resides.
Alright. But for now, I'm presuming the meeting is tomorrow.
It is. It's about sort of...
I'm gonna go watch the rest of my anime.
That's fair enough. So you watch the rest of your anime. You guys are innately being cute with each other. Sheraton makes you blush on several occasions. The usual. And
the whole button, nani. basic weep stuff.
Yeah, extraordinarily weeb. And so the next day turns around. It's about sort of, let's just say it's around 10 o'clock. Your character's not much of an early morning riser most of the time. But it's about 10 o'clock when Sheraton starts banging and crashing in the garage.
I come from the land of the rising sun. I do not rise with the sun. I'm terrible like that. I'm not with the rising sun. No.
But so you hear crashing and banging coming from the workshop at around 10 o'clock. You think that she may be attacking that hunk of metal you called a car at one point.
Long forgotten memory.
Just little
Just
bits of
play in
crumpled
the arms
metal.
of an angel in the background, and yeah, about fits the bill.
But yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Do you want to prepare anything, or are you?
Day's food rations, naturally. Beyond that, just like standard backpack, my gear. Put on my running suit. Beyond that,
So you're wearing a running suit to the meeting.
yeah, to the meeting. To this like induction meeting, I presume it is.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not wearing anything fancy like to just a single meeting. Like my character isn't like that. Like Bastion isn't like that. I'm not like that. So
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Other than that, I'll probably bring like I don't know, like a manga book with me, a manga book, and so some pocky. Yeah.
Yep. Still weebing away.
A weeby, a weeb. Gotta weeb faster.
So it gets closer to time, and you start making your way over to the Kia Oval in Kennington Park. There's a little bar there that she's labelled on the map for you.
Okay.
It's called the Iridium Lily.
How fancy. I'm going to make my way inside, and I'm also going to kind of look around the area, see what this kind of area is like. What can I expect from this area?
So as you are walking into this area, you realise that you are perhaps a bit underdressed. A lot of business suits around here.
Good, then I'll stand out.
You stand out as more of like you look like a tourist. You look like someone who doesn't quite fit here.
Good.
You do look a bit odd wearing a running suit, but then again, this is London. It's not extraordinarily weird. You come up to the door of the Iridian Lily, and the doorman sort of stops you for a moment and goes, "Excuse me, sir. Do you have a booking?"
I show them the booking information. I go, make it quick. I do not have time to waste.
Very well, very well. Hanson, show this gentleman to the lady. And this other fellow comes up to you, very well dressed, dicky bow tie, and goes, "Come with me, sir," and walks you through the Iridium Lily. It is very fancy in here.
I'm gonna keep checking my surroundings, seeing like kind of noting the decor, the style of the decor, pretty much noting perks about the buildings, seeing if there's any X's as well.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. That is a total net of 1. Oh no, total net of 0. I probably don't notice a huge amount.
You are not used to this sort of environment. Like, even with the Yakuza, it was quite simplistic. There is chandeliers on the ceiling. There is just sort of things that look like diamonds just spread across the tables casually. Lots of people are wearing very posh outfits. You suspect there's a few in there which are armoured dresses, armoured suits.
Yeah. I kind of muttered to myself as I'm walking by, this place disgusts me.
There's obviously quite a few business areas. It's mostly for the upper class, but you can also see a very...
No, you don't say.
You do see one gentleman in a very basic suit with a much younger lady in a nice but very basic dress, seemingly to having a nice bottle of champagne together. As you are led through, there is a back area, obviously for business meetings, and you are led in, and there is there is Angela. Angela being a brunette, dark green-eyed girl with
Sorry,
long
what time is
skin.
it?
So it's around 12 o'clock. It's lunchtime.
Midday?
Yes.
Okay. I hello. As
Hello,
I
Bastion.
enter, kind of just casual. Well, not casual, but sort of like a half formal. I don't really care what you think of me, sort of thing.
Welcome, Bastion. Hanson, close the door, please. And the two doors slide closed behind you. Lawrence Pelinta, her much older father, is sitting a little bit further away. His short cropped hair and these green eyes. He's looking at you analytically this time. Far less stern and there's far less of his usual brutish sort of personality there, and he's looking at you in a far more analytical fashion, looking over to his daughter as well. Please sit.
Very well.
Would you like a drink?
I think that we're not here for drinks.
No, but
Not right now.
that's fair enough. I was going to offer food as well if you are hungry.
I thank you for your hospitality, but it is not needed here.
Very well, very well. So, as I told you over the phone,
He's having a little bit of a hard time keeping his nerve around the rich guy
that's fair enough.
after the previous experience.
So the father turns his gaze from you with there's a sort of nod of fair enough, as he then looks back to his daughter and she continues talking to you. So we have an event where my father is going to reveal a new weapon from Weapons World, and also
Wait, you literally call your brand Weapons World?
it was an inherited company.
But you can't change it.
Once a brand is firmly fixed in the customer's minds, it's best not to change it. You can lose customer base with that. And she sort of gives a look over at her father, who sort of gives a nod, you know.
Not necessarily. If you have a better advertising campaign, that's not a problem.
Potentially, yes.
But that costs money.
Yes. And if it works well enough, best not to fix what isn't broken. It's funny talking to this girl. She's about 14, as Bastion already knows, but she speaks like she is 18 at this point. But she does she's trying to hold herself very proper, almost like painfully proper. Her back is extraordinarily straight. Looks like somebody who probably sat with a ruler at her back for...
If I'm going to be honest, can I make a request?
Certainly.
Personal request. I'm sure this is not a problem for you.
Mm-hmm.
Drop the theatrics, drop the decorum. You know what I'm here for, I know what I'm here for. No need to be so formal about it. I understand your need for business, of course, but is it really necessary?
Call it training. But she gives you a sort of a cheeky smile. Like she appreciates it, but she's also this is also part of her training, almost.
I give a small, almost imperceptible, kind of incline, just to,
But her father does sort of go, "You are sitting a little bit too straight, darling." And she goes, "Oh, sorry." And she sort of shifts a little bit, relaxes a little bit, and she addresses you.
I never got your name, sir.
Ah, of course. I am Lawrence Pelinta. I'm the owner and the manager of Weapons World.
Why weapons?
It's just been in the family. It does well with the military. It does well with the security forces. It does well with Doc Wagon especially.
So you sell to basically anybody that gives you a high enough price, or only trusted companies?
Mostly trusted companies. It does not do well to sell to random strangers on the street. Um,
I did not take you for a peddler.
no. Ares might want to deal with that, but I do. I deal with more specialist equipment.
What I know about? Would I know about Ares?
Yes, they are one of the big five corporations. They basically they're nearly as big as Mitsuhama, um, and they're as big as well. Basically, the five companies own the world. Ares is one of them, and they specialize in weapons. In fact, probably one of the guns on your team probably is Ares.
Mine's a Nitama, but I'm reckoning that Wolf's is Ares.
I can't tell you that. You'll have to ask him yourself.
I reckon it is. He seems like the kind of guy who'd just buy a random gun and work with it.
Every company has its licensing agreements. You must, when you buy one from our companies, you must have a license.
I'm pretty sure Wolf has every single license in the known dictionary.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure he has every license in the dictionary.
In terms of weapons.
I'm so sure that he has a weapons license.
You know what I'm saying now? The guy's a gun fanatic.
Oh, I know. I'm also saying he's a shadow.
Also, Wolf X gun. I ship it.
Wolf rolls across any sort of weapon, we kind of ship it.
Pretty much.
But yes, she relaxes a little bit and she addresses you and she goes, "The event should last 4 hours. There will be food, there will be drink, which you are more than welcome to have, as long as you are able to obviously keep your head, and do your job. Your job will be to escort me around the event. If I wish to go somewhere, you follow me, apart from the bathroom, which I obviously have a female with me for that one. You will be required to be on stage next to me. However, we have made allowances to allow you to wear a mask. As long as you.
What is the mask like?
Just cross the mouth area and down here.
So a mouth plate.
Yes. The only thing we require if you're going to do that is that you wear one of these, and she slips off a bracelet and she hands it to you.
What does it look like?
It's a simple enough bracelet. It's blue. It's got Weapons World sort of imprinted into it.
A tracker.
It's not a tracker. But you do feel like there's a little square in it. You recognise this as an identification plate.
Right, simple enough.
Basically, if we can't see your face, we need to be able to identify you in some other manner.
That's fine.
So you can have that one if you join us. The pay will be $1,000. Is $1,000 amenable to you?
I'll take what I can get, considering that it may lead to further advantages in the future.
It also includes...
Which I'm sure... I'm not. I won't eat.
Very well.
I have my own supply. Beyond that, I would like, if one could, a recommendation of sorts that I can use to gain work with other companies.
She looks over at Lawrence and...
On the hand, should you wish, that you do not have to give me 1,000 nuyen, but a letter of recommendation instead. I'd be more than happy with that. I have enough money to subside me for now.
She looks over at her father, and he addresses you this time. If you wish for a letter of recommendation, do the job well. Look after my daughter. If she scores you highly enough, I will give you your request, along with a letter from my daughter about your conduct.
But from you?
From
Aren't you the owner of the company?
Both me and my daughter. Since she is the client, I am the owner. So you will get 2 letters of recommendation.
Very well. And what if things go... How do you Londoners say this? Topsy-turvy.
If my daughter is killed, well, you haven't done your job.
I'm not saying that.
If
If things go wrong and I still manage to make things at least somewhat repatchable again and run damage control, which I'm sure is above my pay grade, but I'm willing to do anyway.
Your job is purely to my daughter. If she is alive and well, then you get your recommendation. That is your job. Your job is not to do damage control. You may do damage control if you wish.
I'm saying if she somehow gets captured and I manage to get her back and she is alive but not entirely well.
Then we will address that. But the letter of recommendation would be her being with her family in well enough condition.
Understood.
But I would be willing to recompense you some new yen if you were injured in the attempt of protecting my daughter. To pay for your medical expenses should you need them.
With all due respect, when you say nothing is going to happen in this event, something is going to happen, I reckon. I advise that you heighten your security forces.
We always have three people tasked to each important person. We keep a steady stream of people that we have on our pay grade.
I did not mean militaristically.
Oh no, I mean within the company.
I meant technologically. I meant to run recon, as it were. I can do that as well, but I will be assigned to your daughter, so it will be a little bit difficult.
I would rather you stick to Miss Angela, but I will take your advice in hand. This event is not an unusual event. We've done this several times.
Which makes it all the more easier for people to go complacent and be attacked. That's all I'm saying. I'm more than happy to do the job.
He does that face again when you start telling him how to do his job.
I'm not telling you how to do your job. I'm merely giving counsel as someone who has seen battle before.
I know what you
mean. I kind of reveal like a little bit of my collarbone, which has this nasty burn scar across it, which is tinged slightly green, and pull it back again.
Yes, you're not the only one with battle scars, but I understand your concern. Being a man of your talents, I would expect nothing less than some level of paranoia. And actually, that is healthy for a person in your position.
More caution with it, right? I meant no offense. I'm not telling you how to do your job, but from one wise person who has known battle to another, who has known conflict, as most humans nowadays have, there's a mere advisement.
As I say, we have full recon, and we have our security. And my daughter has decided that she has taken a shine to you, and I'm giving her some chance to show her true colours.
I want to make like an insight-esque check to see if he's showing any cracks beneath that facade.
You can make a judge intentions check, and he's going to make an opposed composure check.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 1 miss for a total net of 4.
You know, you get the feeling this is something that he's quite used to doing. You can see that he perhaps wouldn't hire you for himself and finds you a little bit irritating.
That's one word.
Yes. He doesn't show a lot of. You can't read him very well. What you can read is that he doesn't particularly like you.
Doesn't have to.
He doesn't completely trust you, but he trusts in your ability. And he considers, yeah, he doesn't seem to be showing any cracks, so to speak.
Okay. Typical businessman then.
You were very close, but he rolled better.
Yeah, I still do have a bit of a feeling, though, that there's something going on there that he's not telling me, or that he's a little bit nervous about. When I said something about complacency, I feel like that would have hit a nerve, but I'm going to let it go for now.
What you sort of might have gleaned from him is that he doesn't. It's the usual feeling you get around people who have money and people with who are Shadowrunners. It's the usual feeling between the two, which is a slight level of distrust and a slight level of trying to play chess with reading each other.
I'm not playing chess. I'm more with checkers, man. Really, but alright.
No, but he's trying to work out. He's trying to work out yourself. He's trying to work your way.
Okay.
So, is this amenable to you, Sebastian?
First off, you do not need to call me sir. I do not follow such decorum, and I have not been called sir in a long time. And I prefer if you did not. Secondly, yes, I concur. I would be more than happy to allow you to follow through with this job.
She hands you over, a contract. And
I read it.
It's the usual nonsense of, this is the job, this is what you're...
Check for small print.
The small print is, you do not talk to anyone about this, or your life is forfeit. It's a very usual Shadowrunning contract. Frankly, it means nothing, but it makes people feel better when you sign.
It's a formality. I sign it.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's signed in Japanese kanji.
She picks up her phone and takes a picture of it. And she's.
This is me being difficult.
She knows full well that you're Japanese, and so she's got a translator now.
Yeah.
She has money. She could do this.
She got money. She don't need rules.
Did you sign anything particularly rude on it? Was it actually your signature?
No. I'm just going to. No, yeah, I'm just going to sign it as Bastion.
That's fair enough. So she does a nod, and she goes, "Brilliant. Well, my suggestion."
So tempted.
Shadowrunners. I suggest that you wear your smartest suit. If you need to have a suit, we can certainly get you one. This is, you saw the entrance. It's going to be nearly as shiny, probably more shiny.
Okay. In which case, what kind of suit would they give me? And would it be a rental, or would it be a give?
It would definitely be a rental. Although they wouldn't make you pay for it. They would... Basically,
they'd rent it out themselves, but it'd be like a uniform, yeah.
Yeah, they'll give you the uniform of their own security force.
I'm not going to ask any metagaming questions like, will it have better stats than my suit? Because I'm just going with my suit.
I'd say that your suit is probably a lot better than theirs.
Probably.
Their suits
I spent like half my... I spent like half of my new EM when I started the game getting this suit, so yeah, it better be better.
Yeah. So yeah, she offers you it, but she kind of gets the idea that you probably got better because you're a Shadowrunner. This is what you do for a job.
I gestured to a small pack. I have. I say a small pack. It's like old coat hanger packs. I have slung over my shoulder. Unzip the packet. Will this do?
That'll do very well.
Understood. Let's see what I come.
So please come to. Well, we have our facility in the city. I will again put the mark on your map, and come about half an hour early, so I can show you the route, show you exits and entrances.
I'll likely be there 45 minutes early. My character. My characters are always obscenely early. That's just the way he is.
Yeah. Well, she goes, turn up about 30 minutes early. I'll show you around. I'll introduce you to the other 2 members of my team, and faces that you'll need to recognise.
Understood.
Lawrence leans across and he shakes your hand, but he also says, I know.
I make sure that the sleeve is long enough when I shake, and my hand is inclined enough so that it doesn't see the scaly arm.
He does hand his hand with a slight overhand shake, which works in your favour for hiding your scales. He's not being so powerfully overbearing in the handshake, but he's definitely.
Is he trying to grip my hand very tightly?
Not particularly, but you know by just general etiquette that you would have grown up with. He is definitely doing the "I'm the boss" handshake.
I will match his grip.
Yeah, and he goes, "It is good to have you on board, Bastion. You just so that you know, you are not required to speak with any of the guests. You are not required to do any public speaking yourself. But you may obviously speak with Angela and the team as you.
What if I have to interrogate somebody?
If you have to interrogate someone, you drag them into the back room. You call on my security team and myself, so that they may be properly processed.
Before I go in, may I have a map of the place?
We will be providing you that on the night when you turn up 30 minutes early.
On a Metalink?
We will give you a data pad for that.
Understood.
And yeah. So they offer again drink and food. Their orders arrive. He's got himself like the biggest steak he could possibly get. She's gone for pasta. Like 14-year-old girl, massive bowl of pasta. She's happy.
Yeah.
And you know she sort of dismisses you in a way of you're welcome to stay, but you don't have to stay sort of manner.
I make polite conversation for about half an hour whilst they eat. I'll have a glass of sake, like a small cup of sake, heated approximately to 175 degrees Celsius. And like I said, it's very nice, and basically just out the kettle.
You notice how there's a little, instead of just a cup of it, they actually give you like a proper little, almost like a little tea set.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I only have the single cup.
Yeah. And when you get up to leave, they actually decant what's left of your tea into a little bottle for you to take away with you.
Arigato.
With a nice shiny lily tag on it. And after half an hour of pleasant conversations from Angela, business-like conversations from Lawrence.
What is he asking me? Specifically.
He doesn't ask any questions, oddly enough.
Okay.
He seems to have definitely used Shadowrunners before. This is not his first time.
I guess it's not his first rodeo if he's hiring me.
And he also understands there's a lot of secrecy between Shadowrunners, and frankly, people don't really trust Shadowrunners. And why should they?
Shadows on the walls. Nobody has to trust Shadow.
Pretty much.
You don't have to. You just have to hire us.
But he will answer any questions that you have particularly towards him.
Yeah, no, I don't ask any particular questions. I'm more of like I'm making a polite conversation between the three of them. On top of that, it's more of just a kind of giving Angela some company instead of just her father, which I can feel will probably be quite overbearing.
Hmm. Well, after a
I,
good
I
half
make
an
sure enough
hour.
drinkers around between me and the old man. Not enough for me to get like any form of tipsy or even just a little bit merry. I actually meter mine out, but I fully let him dig into his drink so he gets more relaxed, so he doesn't have to worry too much about rules.
It's funny, this nearly 50-year-old guy, he he does drink. He does drink quite a lot, but somehow,
Oh, I know, I can guess he can put it away.
oh, he could definitely put it away. This guy could definitely put it away.
Yeah,
Um, and you're quite experienced with Wolf by now that you know full well what that is
can't put
like.
it away. Every time I've seen him do that, he gets slightly drunk.
He gets slightly drunk because he's already drunk for like an hour before.
Yeah, because he's an idiot. He does too many pre-drinks.
It's true. So after that, um, you get when you have left the building, she sends you a ping with a message saying meet here at 5:30. Um,
Okay.
and again, it is actually in a city area of London. It
Hmm.
is it's quite close to the Shard. What was the Shard, but it's now but it's well, it's still called the Shard, but it's not nearly quite as plainly glass as it used to be.
Right.
So,
I'm gonna get there half an hour early beyond like half an hour early beyond the time they've already told me, and without triggering like, so I'm not walking into security measures. I will scope out as much of the building as I can, see what kind of building it is, see what the architecture.
very well. Make another perception check to see what you can perceive about this building.
That is a net of so one,
DOS.
two, three, two. Net of two. I'm generally noting down the architecture, climbing points, that sort of thing.
So it's a very smooth building. It has obviously got an extremely modernistic design. It's got a very lots and lots of glass. You do note that the glass is not single pane. It is like quadruple glass with slight ribbons of metal.
Okay. So all this glass stuff. Any balconies?
Uh, Very high up on the building.
Okay.
The building's a very tall glass building, um, and it seems like it's one of those balconies that isn't really a balcony. It's just there so that you can open the doors and pretend like
Cool.
you have a balcony.
Okay, so it's fancy place. Okay,
Very fancy,
I'm
very
checking
fancy.
to see the smooth glass panes and that sort of thing. The little, there's like little rubber grommets and bits in between them. Is there that sort of thing?
Um, of a sort. You're
Is
not.
there enough to get my fingers into there?
The panes are about 3 meters high each. So whilst you could theoretically climb with gecko gloves, assuming it wasn't raining, um, it would be an incredibly difficult climb.
So I can't do it normally. Okay, so this isn't a building I can basically scale. Okay,
It's not really a building for scaling, no.
so I'm definitely gonna have to rely on the map that I'm given. All right.
They've obviously gone for the most shiny building they could possibly get hold of.
Oh yeah.
Um, so you arrive at the door, and precisely half an hour on the 5:30 mark, the doors open, and there is Angela wearing an incredibly, you know full well that this is probably way out of the usual price range, an incredibly well fitted, well made red dress with little red pumps. There's sequins and diamante just sort of covering the entire dress. She is wearing a very glittery necklace, big earrings. She looks like she's about to go on a catwalk or see the Queen.
The suit that I'm wearing currently, it is a chrome. It looks like it's chrome plated, in the sense that it's armored. It's more like a hexagonal honeycomb design, so the outer blazer and trousers, which are also like pleated, like as fancy trousers are. They kind of it's this silver chromium sort of style to it. It's kind of like honeycomb and that sort of thing as well. Beyond that, the shirt is white with a black tie, as it's a black tie event, and it has obviously like an undervest and that sort of thing.
There you go.
Also a belt with a little silver dragon.
Very nice. Your suit is really fancy. It's pretty fancy by most people's standards. So you really don't stand out too much. Like, you look fancier than the security guards who all are wearing uniform.
Good.
You don't look as fancy as she does, who, frankly, this dress was probably thousands of pounds. Oh, thousands of yuan, sorry. Her outfit was probably quite a few thousand. But she's wearing it like it's, like it's gold. So she's wearing it properly.
It's like casual, kind of draped over the shoulders. Yeah, I get it.
And she goes, Bastion, nice to see you on time. And from behind the doors, a female orc and an elven male stand behind her in quite plainly obvious.
Elves and orcs are meta-humans, right?
Elves and orcs are both meta-humans, yes.
Bastion approves.
They are obviously in the company's security uniforms. They're wearing. There is definitely bulletproofing. It's a weapons event. They're both wearing it. You note also that her dress has some sort of sweeps up, like there's these angular sweeps. You suspect that her dress might be slightly armored as well.
Yeah, I have a feeling she has some sort of protection. She wouldn't just walk into an event unguarded.
And she invites you in, and she basically takes you by the hand as the elven man closes the two doors behind you.
I kind of take it by the arm, as one would when escorting a lady.
As you walk into this building, she was not kidding. It's so shiny. Like, the floor that is glitter tiles.
Yeah.
There are different weapons in bulletproof casings around the event. There is a podium at one end which is covered in a blue, a velvety-like material with different chairs. In a sort of, it looks like somebody's gone a bit out of their way to look really technological. There is a massive chandelier hanging from a very high ceiling.
Basically, even though we're already in cyberpunk London, this place already screams, "Welcome to the future."
Yeah. This is
All
basically, imagine all the glitz and glam of going to a black tie event at the Palace, except it's all white and blue.
Okay.
There are sort of balconies around the edge, and a big sweeping staircase behind the podium. One of those sort of T-junction ones. And she shows you around the event, and she shows you the exits. There's two at the back of the hall. There's one at the front, which you just came in. There's also various fire escape ones at each level. And after, a good 15 minutes of... She's showing you a very whirlwind tour because she's also trying to prepare herself a little bit. And as that's happening, also giant fountains start being wheeled in and installed between gun showcases. And she stands just on the second step of the podium stairs, and she turns to her three guards and goes, "Any questions?"
A map would be nice.
Sorry?
A map?
Ah, yes, of course. And she
Give a small smile.
She brings out of her she has a little bag that matches her dress, and she hands you each a data slab, which is about this big.
Oh, a little baggie.
Yeah, she has a little bag. She has a little baggie. And it shows not everything is on the map, but enough that if you needed to escape a building, you could escape a building. Any obvious entrances or exits are on it. Any level changes are on it.
Can I copy the file onto my Metalink?
You can try if you have software.
Software?
It's a skill.
Oh, I don't have the software as a direct skill, but could I try using it?
Software and logic. What's your logic skill? Attribute.
My logic is 3.
-1 from that, and roll your 2 dice.
This is going to be fun.
Yep, no.
Yeah.
You can't. They've worked out that you're probably going to try and do that.
It seems to run on some sort of electricity.
I think I understand how it works. But yeah, basically, they obviously don't want you just copying this information over, especially as you're a Shadowrunner. So there's basic security
That's fair.
on it. And she turns to you and goes, "Do you want to introduce yourselves?" The elven man.
I'll let it go first.
The elven man sort of turns to you. He goes, "Well, I'm Yasin. I've been working with the company for 10 years," and holds out a hand to you.
I shake it gently. But if he gets a strong grip, then I'll match it, as one does.
It's a firm grip. It's a normal good. It's a good old handshake.
Yeah. Welcome man's handshake. No. So I do that. I shake his hand, look at the other person, and you.
People call me Queenie.
Nani?
Excuse me?
Sorry, what?
Queenie.
Queenie.
Yes.
I will have to ask why over a drink later on, but alright.
And she sort of, after a little bit, she then extends her hand. You get the feeling that she's perhaps not the most charismatic of people.
Yeah, I guess as much. She seems very awkward.
Yeah. But you do spot a rather large AK-97 on her back.
Is she basically wolf? Okay.
Not quite.
There's less drinking. Okay, cool. So I presume Yasin is a tech boy, and Queenie. Sorry, that name catches me. And Queenie is a muscle.
You can ask, certainly.
Oh, I'm just going to take that as a guess and see what they do. It's more fun.
That's fair. And so, sort of a slight bell starts ringing, much like a dinner bell almost. And she goes, "Oh, yes, we need to get to the booth." And she sort of indicates, "Follow me." And she goes up the stairs and she takes the right hand fork, where she takes you all three of you into a room where there's 3 very nice big sofa chairs, and she's got a chaise longue. And I've broken Bastion.
Just no. Okay. All right. Okay.
So yeah, she gestures you in. There's drinks laid out. There's also like an elderflower cordial,
Hmm.
like a fizzy elderflower cordial that seems to be there to pretend to be champagne, so that she can pretend like she's drinking champagne when she isn't. And she's just like, oh, now we've just got to wait for the guests to arrive. And then we do the big entrance, and then my dad goes and does his big speech and all this jazz, and then I'll be free to walk around as I please. About at the third hour, there'll be the big reveal, which will be required to be on stage. Oh yes, this. So she hands you, Bastion, a mask. Going, if you wish to wear this, you may wear this now.
I'll take it and put it on.
The other two sort of look a little bit odd at you. She does sort of offer those two both a mask as well, but they decline. They seem a little bit odd about the fact that she's offered you a mask, but they think nothing.
The mask is none of your concern.
I wasn't asking, says Jessin. So about 15 minutes pass. You start hearing the chitter chatter of guests and the occasional rousing laughter of somebody who you can imagine almost like being Father Christmas sort of laugh down there.
Oh.
Yeah. And you can tell these are all really rich people that are going to be downstairs.
Yeah, you gotta have like some filling text like, "Oh, Jenkins, have you seen my new limousine? No, yes, quite."
Yasin, he stands you up, and whilst you're waiting, he's going, right, let's see your posture.
What posture is he looking for?
You're standing, you're walking. We'll see how you present yourself.
I straighten up.
Yep, that'll do. And he sort of straightens a little bit of your jacket, which had gotten creased by the chair, and he's like, "All right, let's see you walk." And he gestures down the room.
I walk, and it looks as though I'm trying to blend. I'm blending into a crowd.
Yeah. Do you
Incognito.
have etiquette?
I do.
Do an etiquette check, whilst he does a leadership check.
Okay.
Etiquette and intuition. Oh, actually, just an etiquette one.
Yeah. Etiquette. Oh, yeah. That's Yakuza. Would I be able to use what I've learned from the Yakuza with this? Like, kind of posture and,
No,
decorum, as it were?
Different sort of etiquette.
A different setting. Yeah, but this is a sort of like a walking straight sort of thing, so I presume I would have learned that.
This is walking straight, how to present yourself, different handshakes. He's trying to show you how to present yourself in this scenario.
There you go.
Okay, so you get 3 net hits, and you also get 5 hits. So by the end of the sort of half an hour of you waiting, you think you've got it pretty well nailed at how to act in this scenario. He's a fairly good teacher as well. Another little dinner bell sound goes off, and she stands up, straightens her dress. Queenie helping her straighten her down, and she goes, "Right, time for us to enter the fray, so to speak."
Don't jinx it.
And she sort of an explosion happens, and she opens the door, and there is confetti everywhere. Her father Lawrence is on the other side of the T-junction, and the three of you sort of following behind her. Her and her father link arms. They go down to the podium, and she takes her seat.
Yeah. Okay.
Queenie indicating for you to sort of stand. The three of you stand behind her.
I stand with the proper decorum as I have been taught. And but occasionally, like when glances are snuck, they are snuck.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying not to follow this stupid decorum as much as I can. But within a sort of incognito sense as well.
At the moment, you see, even Yasin is playing this to the nth degree, because
Yeah.
literally the entire room is now watching the stage.
Oh yeah, no, I'm keeping like up necessary appearances, but as soon as some form of attention drops on me, I'm like, I'm just making shit.
There's the other three for Lawrence is on the other side, matching your positions.
What do they look like?
Two humans and a dwarf.
Okay.
Again, wearing a very basic uniform, very smartly dressed. One has sort of very slicked back hair. Looks like they perhaps use a little bit too much gel in his hair.
Are they the 2.5 men?
That's awful.
Bum bum bum.
Lawrence steps forward, and suddenly the persona that you've always known as this very businessman, very strict gentleman, falls away, and you see the showman that he is. Welcome everybody to Weapons World Extravaganza. Please have yourself a drink, have yourself some food, explore the wonderful products we've got going on this evening. And later on we shall reveal to you our latest product. And do not worry. Me and my daughter shall be seeing all of you, and we shall greet you all with the highest of respects. Have a good night, everyone. And he raises his glass. More confetti goes up. There's a huge cheer from the crowd. And Lawrence steps away from the podium and goes to step down from the podium into the crowds. Angela...
I mutter quietly to myself in Japanese. Kill me now.
You see Angela smirk a little bit, and as she stands up, and she goes, "Here we go," and goes.
She knows Japanese.
If you do another perception check.
I'm making that check. If she knows Japanese, I'm screwed. At first you didn't quite spot it. You were like, "What? She speaks Japanese?" And you were slightly taken aback, almost like dropping your composure for a second. To quote Lopez, "Holy shit, she's bilingual. Please don't kill me."
Before she sort of pulls her, she sees the look on your face and smirks, and pulls the hair back, very gently like this, and you see this little earpiece stuck in her ear.
She's got a mark. She's there.
She knows you're Japanese.
So I can have like secret conversations. Nice.
And also, looking around, you can see pretty much everybody in this room is wearing the poshest of suits.
Wait. Does Yasin and Queenie have a translator too?
They do not seem to. They do not seem to comprehend what you muttered.
Okay.
But
good.
They look at their employer, the little girl, who seems to take it in good spirits, and Yasin just shrugs, and Queenie just gives you a quizzical look before going back to her very strict form.
Chuckle quietly to himself.
She makes her way around the event. You finally worked out who was the owner of the raucous, over-the-top laugh.
Oh!
Ah, little Angela. How are you doing today? I'm so glad that you could make it. Indeed, it's been a very good. It's been a very good year for our products. She again is standing way too seriously. She is comfortable enough, but you can tell this is not where she wants to be tonight.
I must have quietly just enough for her to hear, and I go, posture in Japanese.
Before she excuse me.
Ring.
Yeah, phone. Um, so yes, she sort of again shuffles a little bit with her shoulders. There we go. Somebody can stop calling me. And basically she carries on chatting the usual business talk. You gather after a while that this is another small technology company who they're trying to get up on the ladder by being sort of a partner. They've been a partner for a while. This is almost like a little uncle figure to
The brown nosing.
Yeah, it's sort of the business version of an uncle.
Yeah, but the brown nosing.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. I'm going to make a quick sweep of the crowd to see if anybody's carrying a weapon beyond the security guards.
There's a lot of people who are carrying small guns.
I mean, not at the showcase. I mean, let's say for the sake, people who are looking shifty.
Yeah, I make another perception check. And as you're doing that, I'll explain what else you are just generally hearing and seeing. So yeah, it's a bit of brown nosing, but most of the time it's actually fairly. You get the idea that this is quite normal. One net hit. Nobody looks shifty. Some people seem to be sort of
horsey
and sort of being kind of a bit stuck up. Like
well, upper part event, I expect that.
Yeah, you get the idea this may be a rival company who's perhaps trying to see what the competition is. But she leads you around, and she does in fact. She's after a while she shakes hand with a figure that you know what? Make a Yakuza knowledge check.
Oh, fuck.
Or a Mitsuhama knowledge check.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. Okay. Knowledge check. Knowledge. Knowledge is the way of following. Bloody hell, what will my knowledge be? In social?
Knowledge checks is a whole other area for you.
Okay, what do I find knowledge checks on this sheet then? Okay, knowledge checks.
I think you had a 5 in Yakuza and a 5 in Mitsuhama.
Let me check.
So if you make a logic plus...
Yep.
Logic plus 5.
Okay, it would be... Yep, it would be a 10. 10 dice overall.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
You instantly know who this is. This is not just any person from Mitsuhama. This is the president and CEO of Mitsuhama.
I hang back.
Torishio Mitsuhama himself.
He's the person who would have the thing. Who would have knowledge of the thing.
He would have knowledge of the thing, yes. The thing, spoiler alert.
No spoilers.
Exactly.
He has knowledge of the thing.
He seems to
Can I make a stealth check to hide from this guy? No one's to be high, but like to blend in.
Sure, you can try. It's going to be difficult because, frankly, you're
in a whole crowd.
You are in a whole crowd, but it's quite
And
obvious you're there to protect Angela. So
and the fair lady is she's making a quite, her own presence, so I should be able to hide easily.
you can try.
Right.
You can try.
Super sneaky. Super sneaky. And so sneaky gate.
You start to try and hang back, realizing who this is. But the other two sort of give you this look of, is it what the hell are you doing?
Can I secret mic them?
You can comms them, yes.
Yeah, so I comms them. I comms them. An old face I did not want to see.
That's very. They. She puts her hand over her mouth, so that her words can't be seen, so to speak, and she goes, "Is it going to be a problem for you?"
Only if he recognizes me. Keep his attention.
Keep your mask on. I'll keep his attention. I'm not exactly hard to miss. Just stay close.
I know.
And me and you'll be the third one behind us, so to speak. Be
Understood.
present, don't be seen. And the two of them, so she gives a nod to Yasin, and they sort of take a slight forward stance, like you're here and they're sort of covering most of you.
Yeah.
Like, it's obvious that you're there, but your mask is high.
Yeah.
You're quite well hidden. I'm going to make a perception check on him. It's going to be difficult though for him. Haha, dice. I like rolling my own dice. He sort of glances at each of the people. He sort of recognizes your person is there, but he kind of goes, okay, orc, person, elf, Angela. So he just sort of recognizes that you're there. He doesn't seem to spend any extra time on your face, if that makes you feel any better.
Okay.
Angela, who also is patched into the comms of your security, because you're her security, also makes sure that his attention is focused on her and goes, "Oh, sir, Mr. Hammer, it's good that you have come. Chat, the usual." And he's got his very strong Japanese accent going on. He sort of indicates to a few gentlemen around the room. With your roll on knowledge, you would recognise them as shareholders. So you got Samba Oi is in one corner.
Yep.
Yuriyasu Shin is in another area, looking at a gun very intently.
Are any of these guys Yakuza?
No, they're all Mitsuhama.
Okay, but still highly elevated Yakuza.
Yeah. And one Akai Yihara. I'm probably butchering these names.
Cool. Akai Yihara.
Yeah. So he sort of indicates to his shareholders, offers for her to meet them at some point, at which she goes, maybe at another time, but she would be interested, that sort of thing. But yes. She swiftly moves on, excusing herself to the bathroom. On the way, she goes over to one of the fountains, and you realise this is not a water fountain. This is flowing champagne. And she goes to pick up a champagne glass to fill up with the fountain. And from behind, her father turns up, tapping her hand away from it, and goes, "You're too young lady." Fine. Puts the champagne glass down.
Can I slip her a thimble when he isn't looking?
You can try and make a sleight of hand check. That would be palming for you.
Okay, how do?
Palming. But she sort of she tells her father what she's been doing and who she's chatting to. He seems quite pleased by it.
I'll do it when he's walked away.
You know what? It's 0. You didn't fail, and he's walked away. You just pick up a glass for yourself.
Yeah, I do that. Yes. With champagne.
The 4d6. What was that for?
Agility stat. Is that what I rolled for? I don't know.
Well, so you failed your agility check.
I'm a bit clumsy with it.
Yeah.
I'm a bit clumsy-handed. I'm like, my apologies. I was a bit shaken from earlier.
Yeah. Well, what happens with your agility is you try to sweep a glass in a sort of fluid manner to try and do that. Unfortunately, somebody accidentally knocks into you, and he dropped the glass, and you turn around. It's this rather this is a very unusual person. You've not seen another person like this.
Do I know them?
Sorry?
Do I know them?
No. I doubt you would. Actually, do you have corporations knowledge?
Corporations knowledge? No, unless you're speaking mixed Mitsuhama.
Okay, so you don't know her, but she seems to be somewhat elven. She has very piercing eyes, and the most distinctive feature about her is that she is covered head to toe in fur, a very fine velvet-like fur, black fur.
I nod, my apologies. Another, and I get another one, and I pretend like it's my own, and then slip a thimble to the fair lady when her father has left.
The look you get from the lady herself is sort of a look of security. You get the idea that she again doesn't really want to be dealing with people, but has to deal with people.
Fine, I don't care. She doesn't have to deal with me. She can walk away.
Yeah, and that's precisely Angela. She turns around and she says a few apologies. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, and the lady just gives a little nod and walks away with a glass in hand. And she looks at you with a sort of, "You right? Look."
Shaken. Not stirred. I hand the glass over.
She smiles and she takes it and she goes.
I'm saying this in Japanese.
She goes behind the
secret code language.
She goes behind there's some plants that have been moved into place, and she goes behind there where it seems to be actually they're covering up the bathrooms. And
it's only like a small thimble's worth, so it's like less than it's like 30 milliliters, like something you get in like a little champagne sample.
Yeah, and she drinks a little champagne sample, hands you back the glass, and goes into the bathroom with Queenie.
I wait outside.
Anything you want to do whilst you're waiting outside?
I drink the rest of it as always. Actually, my drink. Thank you. Yes, very nice. I put it down on a desk nearby. Keep watch out for any shady fools.
As soon as you put the glass down on a side bit, it's almost immediately sort of swept up by a gentleman in tails and a dicky bow.
Ninja waiters. The ultimate enemy for a samurai freerunner.
But yeah, if you want to make a general perception check again as you're waiting outside the bathroom, surveying the area, and Yasin is also going to make one himself. So
no, 2.
That's fair. So Yasin looks around, and since you guys are on the same cons panel and you're sort of out of the eye line of most people at the moment, he goes, "Well, this is some party, isn't it?"
I wouldn't exactly use party as a word.
True. It could be worse. It could be following Lawrence around.
Never say that.
As I say, you could be following Lawrence around. I once had to do that. It was so boring. And he
I'm
gives
not
me,
trying to be boring. I just don't really have much to say right now. I'm a little bit shaken. All right.
I didn't say you were boring. I said Lawrence was boring. And he gives that really disarming, irritatingly disarming smile.
He is less irritating than the wolf, so it's fine. I'm okay with this. I just kind of shrug.
Do not worry. Fortunately, most of the people here won't even bat an eyelid at the security.
Good.
I grant that little incident with the glass was a little bit close, but she doesn't seem to be too mindful today.
Or when you see old faces, you do get shaken.
Oh, you were concerned about Tarisio. Fair enough. I was more concerned about Miss Virginia Woolf over there, and he sort of smirks and he's trying to be jovial. He's trying to sort of. He's obviously trying to cheer you up and trying to get on your good side.
I give him a faux smile, to just cheer him up.
Yeah.
My character's not really in the mood right now. He's not in the mood for jokes. He's run into someone who very well could have just pulled out a gun and killed him. So, yeah.
Well, as I say, even here, even if there's procedures anyway, so you're pretty much protected here as well. Whilst you're working under Angela, as long as you make no negative moves against anyone else, nobody can make negative moves against you. It's kind of how it goes here. There's a reason why, and he indicates to one at the other end, and you see those really snooty group of ladies and gentlemen who all seem to be really attempting to pick flaws in everything.
Yeah, nitpicking.
Yeah, it's like there's a reason why they behave themselves. So you see anything. And what you perceive with your check,
That's a 2.
you do see a general shift in the patterns of security. Like the people up in the balcony seem to rotate.
They're on a shift. That's fine. Okay.
They seem to rotate around the room.
Okay, I take note of that.
There seems to be
does it seem shifty?
It seems odd. Shifty might be a bit of a strong word.
What are their postures?
Alert.
Okay, but I'm saying how are they walking specifically? Like both arms at their sides or arms on rifles, kind of marching.
Their hand position hasn't changed much. There is a hand on a pistol.
What I want to know, can I see their identification bracelets?
They're all wearing the uniform.
Okay, that's fine.
You do see a couple of waiters going about the crowd. You do notice, as you're sort of, conveying this to Yasin. Are you doing that? Or are you keeping it to yourself?
Conveying certain things, like sudden movements of people, that sort of thing.
Yeah. As you do that, and you point out the waiters, he looks over. He goes, interesting choice of bow tie. You do know, and he points out that a couple of them are wearing red ones, rather than white ones, or black ones.
How capable do you think Quinny is?
Very well. After a few minutes,
I said, how capable do you think Queenie is? I asked one question.
Queenie?
Yes.
I've seen her rip an arm off a troll before now.
All right. Do you want to apprehend those two? Call them in for questioning.
You really think we need to call them in for questioning over a bow tie?
They're not wearing the uniform. Either they're special guests, special staff, as it were. Ask
Look,
a few questions at most.
tell you what, I'll get one of the we've got people who extract people from events without making too much
Some
of
of
a
the
fuss.
kitchen staff, at least.
Yeah. So he goes to his comms and he calls. Can we have Fern and yeah, we'll need Fern and Indigo. There's two red tied waiters that they seem to be out of uniform. We wish to question them as to their choice of
Attire.
accessories. And he goes, "There you go. If you're that concerned, Indigo will check them out for us."
I am merely saying that we cannot not afford to take any chances.
No, I agree. Uh, I've had enough. I've had enough of getting shot at. I'm good at my job, but I don't want to get shot at. And at this point, Angela comes out the bathroom, and she's obviously redone her makeup. She's straightened up her dress. She's powdered her
In
nose a
Japanese,
bit.
they say, "Welcome back, my lady," or not sarcastically, but kind of jokingly.
She picks up her compad and she sort of types in a few things, and she replies in very broken Japanese, "Thank you, Bastion." She really tries. She hasn't quite. It's obvious that Japanese is not the language that she's been taught yet.
There's a small twitch of small twitch of the lip. Ghost of a smile.
There's another dinner bell, and she goes, "And here's the final event." And she gives a smile as she walks towards the podium, ushering you both.
I make another eye out for everything and anything that is spooky.
Go for it. Make another perception check.
I noticed nothing.
To be honest, you're now focused on, because you realise that you're going back onto the podium. And you're now pretty much focused on your proper poise, proper etiquette. Jasin does a small. He uses his little finger and he indicates to two people. You see two of the guard. One is wearing a purple tie. You presume this may be Indigo, and another lady walking down sort of a set of stairs that were sort of hidden underneath the main stairs, almost sort of to a back entrance where you suspect the guards go. Oh, give us a moment. Hello. Sorry, we had a Discord jump. So, yeah. Can you hear us, Bastion? Good. Can I hear you?
Hello?
Yes, I can. Brilliant.
It's me.
Don't get too close to your mic. Don't do it. So yes. So yeah, you do see a gentleman with a purple tie. You suspect he's Indigo, and another character walking next to him, a female human wearing another purple tie. And they seem to be heading into the crowd. Yasin speaking a few words into his comms.
How do the red bow tie dudes react to this?
They don't seem to have noticed. They just carry on around the event.
Okay.
Before...
Can I make a perception check around like the upper balconies and that sort of thing?
With your perception check, no. You've done a perception check. Now, it's only because Yasin's pointed it out to you that you have now noticed Indigo coming down the stairs.
Let the storm roll in.
So Angela goes up to the podium. You take your usual places. And Lawrence comes up the podium. There's a huge roar of cheering and yeah, clapping. And as he sort of settles the crowd, Well, I'm sure that you are all very excited to see our latest and greatest weapon. Well, I can't say greatest. All of our weapons are fantastic. But uh, you have been patient with me. You have entertained my whims for tonight. So now let me entertain yours. Here it is, the Stinger 722. And Angela lifts the blue cloth that was over the top of the box. There is fireworks and just before the lights turn out, the you hear a crash of glasses, and boom, the lights go out. It's pitch
I
black.
immediately, I immediately draw my glaive and go to guard the position where the fair lady is.
You hear Angela go, "Father,
I hold on to her arm.
yeah, this is not the plan. Get behind Angela." And you
Immediately
realise,
put myself in front.
yeah, Queenie takes a position right next to you. And in fact, she even takes a position slightly in front of you, being that she's quite a large person. And you realise that actually not all of those fireworks are fireworks. You recognise the flash of guns.
Yeah. I'm immediately standing like in front as a bullet shield, as it were. And I tell Yasin over the comms to basically be a back shield to the lady.
Yeah. Well, he has already taken the negative position. Like he's obviously stepped behind the two of you. He's got a hand on her shoulder so that she knows where he is.
So I have my handgun at the ready.
Yeah. We should get to upstairs. It's safer up there. We can shut the door.
Immediately begin escorting, not taking my hand off the arm. Immediately begin escorting to a nearby staircase. I advise that Queenie clears the doorways, and Yasin provides back cover and recon if necessary.
So where you're heading is she's sort of trying to Angela's sort of trying to lead you all up the stairs towards that booth that you came from, towards her room basically.
I go, wait, would that not be unwise? They could be waiting for you there.
And as you say that, you hear a grunt from Queenie as she takes a hit, and she gets her AK and starts spraying fire over the top of where the crowd would be, trying to lay down some cover fire. Get her to somewhere. At least in the room you can clear a room. This is too big to clear.
I agree, albeit belatedly, and get Yasin to cover the doorways if Queenie is covering fire.
Yeah, you hear the rush of footsteps down the stairs, but you also see the glow of bracelets along the wrists.
I level my pistol ready.
What's going on? It's an
We're under
attack.
attack.
Get to Lawrence.
Cover the staircase and move.
Yeah. So you start heading up, and the light, and just before you get to like halfway up the stairs, there's a clink 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 clink.
Flashbang.
Flashbang.
I throw myself on top of lady.
You need to make a willpower and intuition check. Yeah, you were expecting gunfire, you were expecting knives, you were expecting backstabbing.
No flashbangs.
You were not expecting flashbangs in a room made of glass, with glass objects everywhere. And this thing hits you for 6. Quite literally in this case.
6 done?
Stick stun. Angela, as you sort of leap to cover her body with your own, she also takes some stun damage as this happens because her head hits one of the stairs. And Yasin, you feel the thud of Yasin's slighter body hit the deck as well. You don't hear much. You just get that ringing sensation in your ears, that sort of white spot in your eye type thing. What do you do?
Immediately try to recover and look for a fair lady.
Oh, she's literally underneath you at this point. You've thrown your body across her.
Okay, covering position, pistol out, ready.
Yeah.
Looking for the source of the flashbang user.
The lights go up, just instantly blinding pretty much everybody in the room because it was already pretty bright when it was bright when it started when you were at the event. It went pitch black and now it's bright again.
I yell for Queenie to get in here.
You notice Queenie. Queenie is sort of on her. She's lying back on the stairs, still trying to give cover fire, but she is bleeding heavily.
Oh, damn it.
Yasin is holding his head, kind of like.
Not recovering. Okay. Do I see the source?
You see a tube that was thrown onto the podium, and sort of rolled towards the bottom of the stairs. This thing was powerful.
Okay, so in which case, before we continue, do I notice any brand of it?
You'd have to find. You'd actually have to take that a
Take it.
proper look.
I take it. I take it quickly. Dash, nearly dragging Angela up the stairs as I kind of ready my pistol.
Yeah.
Kind of covering corners, that sort of thing.
As you turn around, you notice there is glass littered everywhere. There's guests who have obviously taken bullet wounds. There, Lawrence
on the floor and everything.
Some of them have. Most of them have back towards the walls and are rushing for the exits.
Okay.
You do notice that one of the red tied waiters is down. The other one is suspiciously missing from the crowd.
Knew it. Okay. I'm going to do what I can to get her to her room, and as we're going, I'm in. What shoes is she wearing first?
Angela's wearing flat pumps.
I pick her up. Can't risk her hurting her feet and stuff like that. So I pick her up gently, kind of gently lift her over my shoulder, and begin making my way up.
Yeah.
So as soon as we begin getting to the room in any formal way, I instruct her that she over the comms in Japanese, so she understands, so that she should immediately get as low to the floor as possible to avoid sniper fire.
Yeah.
If there is any.
Yasin, whilst he's a bit wobbly, he's making up his way up the stairs. He's trying to cover you as you have picked Angela up physically with your arms, and he's covering your back quite purposefully. He's taking a few pot shots at people who seem to be hiding behind different plinths. One person's even using the body of another person as a shield. It's a mess of humanity. You get to the top. You get to the top of the stairs, and you know what? I'm gonna be kind. I'm gonna be kind to Yasin. I'm gonna give him the chance.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the chance. Okay. So Yasin gets to the top. You and Yasin get to the top of the stairs, and a couple of guys come wheeling round the corner. They're both
having done the quintessential equivalent of readying an action. Can I shoot to kill?
You can shoot to kill. Go for it. Shoot to kill, shoot to kill, shoot to kill. Dun dun dun. So that was your shoot to kill? You are unfortunately you are unbalanced by Angela. I mean, you're not used to carrying a person and trying to shoot at the same
I'm
time.
still body shielding her.
They don't. They manage to. The bullet comes that was aimed at you and Angela comes
Warning shot over the
rushing
shoulder.
past your face, and you both instinctually jump back. But Yasin sort of he's literally shoving you from behind towards the room door, and so he's sort of trying to give you cover fire. And you notice him take another hit before struggling himself to the door and slamming it closed.
Okay.
Collapsing in front of the door.
I quickly push him aside from the door. I instruct Angela to get under the bed, so she can hide it under the bed as cover, and basically pull the luxurious sheet over as a sort of concealment, so that she has a form of hiding place and tell her to keep as quiet as possible. I'm then going to draw my glaive, activate elemental weapon, and have pass. Does Yasin still carry his weapon?
He's still carrying his weapon. He's still awake and he's still in the game.
Does he look like he'd be better with my weapon?
With a glaive.
Thomas Border. Thomas Border.
No, he's definitely. He hasn't got nearly as much strength. Really, he's got a couple of Glock pistols, basically.
Okay, but my Thomas Border is a semi-automatic pistol. Would he be better with it?
He's also got semi-autos. So
okay, that's fine. I shoot the semi-auto pistol, have the glaive at the ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check if there's any form of coat pole or coat rack in the room first.
There is.
Yep, I put it over the door, and so basically bar the door handles and begin moving the heaviest piece of equipment in front of the doors.
Yasin, realizing what you're doing, he moves one of the big, overly luxurious chairs to in front of the door. He's struggling a bit, but he is pretty determined to do his job.
I tell him, I do tell him to take it as easy as he can if he's bleeding, and as we finish barricading the doors, I quickly rip off a chunk of fabric or something off the curtain, and try to staunch the wound, wrap behind the wound.
Or first aid?
I don't. I'm just trying to wrap the wound up.
Okay. He grabs the cloth off you, realizing that you're not entirely sure what you're doing with it, and he staunches the wound himself, but he still has his pistol ready.
Okay. I have my glaive ready.
Sits right in front of where she's hiding, and he's literally got the gun just like that, just to even.
I tell him to get away from where she's hiding, otherwise he makes her a target as well.
I don't want to be seen either.
Exactly. I go, exactly. If you make yourself seen and they fire a bullet and it somehow ricochets and kills her, then it'll be your fault too. Yeah. Move to a place where she could be hiding, a wardrobe or something. I will be ready at the door. Close combat.
He, instead of moving to a wardrobe, he actually goes and stands right, sort of almost directly in front of the door, low down, in a crouched position, handling his pistol, trying to aim as if he's aiming for the lock.
Not in front of the door. Aim for the lock, but not in front of the door, otherwise you'll be hit by a bullet.
You're going to be hit by a bullet, whatever happens. And you then hear the shouting coming by the door.
All right.
You don't recognise the language they're using.
Yeah.
And you suspect, whilst the accent is English, you suspect it's not actually a language because it's not.
It's a code word.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's code language.
Okay. It's cipher. Yeah.
There is suddenly a bit of uneasy silence, and Yasin moves over to the opposite corner to where you are.
Stealth checks.
You can make stealth checks. Oops. Bastion, the sneaky bastard. Okay, so you guys both go dead silent. Yasin stifles like a cough. He is like properly trying not to cough. He's exceptionally professional in the situation that he's in. Before you hear a horse, thump 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 thump, and an almighty
Crap! It's a sensor.
into the door.
Okay. Ready to ambush him, or whatever's coming through. Before I ambush anything, do I recognize it as a form of guard or uniform?
What? Recognizing what?
Like, am I recognizing the uniform of our crew, or?
They haven't got through yet, but you do notice. You do notice the door.
I try to brace the door.
The door splinters quite badly.
Yeah, I'm bracing the door for the next turn, and I tell him to get back and prepare to fire.
Yeah. Oh, he's in the back corner. He's got his gun trained at the newly made hole.
Oh, there's a hole?
Sort of like enough that an elbow would have made that.
One fire.
Yeah. Before you hear the clink of something that you really did not wish to hear. Make a
flashbang.
Make a willpower.
Wait.
Actually, how you
can I react fast enough to put it back?
Put what back?
The thing that just clinked into the room.
It didn't clink into the room.
It's outside the door, isn't it? Can I make a reaction thing to dodge out the way?
How do you want to react? Do you want to sprint across the room? Do you want to flip backwards and jump off the walls? Do you want to just, run and duck?
Basically kind of like a... Have you ever seen someone like throw themselves backwards and catch themselves back on their feet after being thrown back by a strike? It's bracing yourself to be thrown back so you reduce damage from whatever's coming into you.
Okay.
But you're like kind of bracing yourself so you can kind of jump back and kind of...
Okay. What?
Damage control.
It's definitely an intuition check because this is something that is, instinctive.
Yeah, that's fine. Intuition, like reaction?
Reaction, yes. You're reacting to it.
So reaction plus...
Your intuition.
Okay. So that's... Can I use one of my things to re-roll to fail?
You can re-roll 2 dice, so you use your edge.
Yeah, I'm going to re-roll those 2 ones.
So, viewers, edge is your luck. Edge allows you to re-roll failures, and it can also allow you to pass a... if you burn your edge, you can pass an unpassable test.
Okay, it still gives me a net. That's good.
You get a net hit of 1.
That's better than nothing.
So what happens is, as something impacts with a door, this was no flashbang, and the door...
It was a full grenade.
Oh yeah, and the grenade goes, and there's splinters like thrown out of the door like javelins. You catch one of them in the leg. You manage to basically throw yourself backwards to one side.
Yeah, I'm on towards the bed.
That door is gone.
Yeah, I figured as much. The other furniture. What about the other furniture? All gone?
The chair in front of the door is most certainly part of the splinter cluster.
What about the huge ass wardrobe I pushed in front of the door?
Yep, there's a nice big hole in that too.
Okay. Yep, no cover. Alright, good.
In fact, some of the little bit of wall, even some of the wall is slightly...
Okay. I get it, we're screwed. Okay, right. What do I see immediately as something comes through?
So another thing that you hear is and actually, you know what? Make a perception check of the entire room as you're trying to take in all this information that is just rushing at your brain. You're trying to assess the situation, know what to do. I'm not even going to count that. I know full well you passed. But yeah, you hear a very quiet squeak of a scream, but not quite like somebody who's trying to stifle it. You guess Angela was pretty freaked out by that. And you,
I yell to block it out.
You also, just as the door broke, like you turn around to see Yasin, and he has collapsed on the floor. He's sort of awake, and
Okay.
he's sort of, he's sort of. Imagine somebody being smacked around the face and really isn't with it. And
War of attrition. All's got to do is survive long enough. Okay.
Yeah, there's a very nasty hunk of wood that has gone
What do I see?
straight through his
What do
ribs.
I see? What do I see about these guys who are coming through?
What you see coming through is a bunch of people wearing very similar suits to what you're wearing, and one wearing a lab coat.
Good day, assholes.
By the way, for that grenade blast, you're going to need to take another 2 stun.
Okay.
That's me being nice.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
It's only because I'm prepared.
Yeah. And 4 people come into the room, all holding guns. And the professor, you think he's a professor? He looks like a professor. He looks like an old scientific professor.
Okay.
And he's got what you know is another flashbang in his hand.
Hello. I immediately address them, drawing their attention to me.
Hello. I hope you realise this is not this is just business.
I am aware of this.
And
I want to make a wait. I briefly gonna interrupt. I go, wait, before you do that, I'm aware that you're looking for Angela. Yes.
Indeed, you're perceptive.
As always, I'm going to tell you now. We were a decoy. We led her up to the roof. Unfortunately, she's up there by herself. Take her for all I care.
He picks up a call. You know what? Make a con check.
Okay.
I love rolling my dice.
Let me guess. You got really good dice.
No, I just like rolling my dice. I don't like online dice. Online dice don't like me.
I know. That's why you should use them more often.
But that'd be no fun.
I might just get my dice IRL as well.
And you get 11 dice against his set.
I have 11 d6.
Yes,
okay, so yeah. 11.
He just beats you, but he goes.
Oh no, I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh, I thought that was your 11 dice. Okay.
There you go. I've rolled it now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Get some.
Ho. Nice. He nods and he goes, "Well, it's nice to see that you're much more sensible than you look."
I value my life more than some girl.
And he clicks his fingers. 2 of the men, or 2 of the hooded figures, they leave. He goes, "Well, I'll be nice to you then." And he puts away the very large flashbang.
I'm ready for any form of attack or action against me.
What's your ready to action?
My ready to action is if any form of hostile action is taken against me, I'm immediately going to stab the scientist in the chest.
Very well. He puts away the very large flashbang that he had in his hand, And he goes to pull out what looks like to be a cred stick. At this distance, anyway. He looks like a cred stick.
Perception check to see what it is.
Go and see. He's holding it kind of like this. It looks like it looks like a cred stick.
Note the texture of it at all.
Well, thank you for your information. I like a person who plays by the rules, so I'll be kind. And he sort of flicks.
This is another flashbang. It's another flashbang, ain't it?
It hits.
It's a hostile action, so I'm not going to use my ready action to.
You thought it was a cred stick.
Oh, okay.
You
I'm
thought
like,
cred stick.
thank you so much.
Yeah, and you get hit for 3 stun damage.
Wait, if I'm catching it, can I make a reaction? I'm trying to wangle as much as I can. Can I make a reaction to when I notice what it is? Has he basically cooked it?
Cooked it.
Yeah, so like you make sure the trigger's ready and then you throw it. So there's basically no reaction time.
What you realise, considering your perception check, you only got 1 net hit, and he was purposely trying to hide the fact that it's not a cred stick.
Yeah.
You didn't quite beat the DC on this.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just like, can I wangle anymore?
But you do go to catch it, and as it's coming towards you, there's that moment of, oh shit, that's not what it is. And you instinctively catch it, and it goes off, and you take 4 stun damage.
Huh.
And you go unconscious. There's a flash of light, there's a flash of an explosion, there's a slight burn on your hand. And
he does believe that she's up on the roof.
He does believe that she's up on the roof.
Okay, that's bought us some time.
And you go down. Did you take any... How much stun damage did you take?
Beyond 0?
Yeah, beyond 0.
A couple.
Okay, so that moves on to your wound modifier. So you've got...
So I take 2 health.
Yeah. And
fine, I can deal with that.
So as you come to... damn, your hand hurts. Damn, your leg hurts. Damn, your head hurts. And you realise that the entire room around you is trashed. I'm
expecting that the fair lady is gone. Oh no! What a terrible coincidence.
The chaise longue has been overturned. You do notice that there is a significant boot mark that you weren't quite expecting on your suit. You get the feeling that they went. You think that they went to the
mother? No, he's dead now. Oh, he did.
He ruined the suit. You think that he probably realised that
you
weren't
ruined my super suit.
Yep. Yasin is sort of
dead.
Quietly coughing in the corner, but that last bit knocked him out. There is an awful lot of blood coming out of Yasin.
Okay, I immediately check the surroundings. I'm gonna see if there's any indication of where they went, up or down, or where the heck they went.
So do you go out the room?
Really checking where they went.
So as you go, you realise that they have pretty much trashed the room, even more so, and all of the exits are open. In fact, one of the main doors has been blown off its hinges.
Okay. So I'm just checking if they've gone up or down. Where does a trail of destruction lead?
You do notice an ever so slight blood trail making its way down the stairs from your room.
Okay. Well, what does the blood trail look like?
Sorry?
What does the blood trail look like?
The blood trail looks like... Imagine if somebody had a really bad nosebleed and it's sort of dripping on the carpet. It's not like a massive stream of blood coming like Yasin has. but it's quite obviously some blood from somewhere is being taken down the stairs, dripped.
Okay.
You also notice, I mean, there's a lot of
Like,
stuff
are we speaking like a
everywhere.
bloody nose or like a?
You're not sure without actually seeing the injury, but it's not like it's not like somebody's got a gashing wound.
It's not like gushing wounds. Okay. So it's probably like a light bit of a beat 'em up. Okay. So I begin following the trail.
Yeah. Over your comms, you hear a very quiet voice of, "They get her, didn't they?" From Yasin.
Yes. Stay alive. Stay awake.
Shit.
I'm going after her.
Okay, just she's a good girl. Look after her.
I'll do what I can. On my Metalink, I'm going to quickly call up Sharita.
Okay. So she picks up the phone. You're hearing the clang and the bashing of metal in the background. Oh, hey, how you doing? What's happened?
Don't come to get me. I'm going on a bit of a rogue mission. Something went wrong. I'll do my best to come home. Stay safe. Delete my number.
Home. You better come home.
Delete my number. Any trace of me, get rid of it.
What about your anime collection?
Keep it somewhere where it won't be found.
Okay.
Along with the rest of my stuff. Just... I might not come home today.
You better come home. We've got the rest of that season to watch. And
I'll see what I can
and
do.
Your hunk of metal is still here. She's obviously trying to make light of a situation. She knows that something really bad's happened.
Sharita. It's not going to be easy. I'll do the best I can. I'm kind of breathing really heavily, like kind of give a sort of a...
If you need medical attention, I'd leave a couple of you know where Romeo is. You know Taurus.
I know. Tell Romeo where is the place I'm at currently?
You're in the city, so you're in like the main heart of London. Romeo's in Southside.
The specific area where I am, like the specific building I'm in.
You are, for all intents and purposes, you're in the Shard Institute. There's now another bunch of...
I say, get Romeo and any other medical personnel to the Shard Institute immediately. There's been a huge ambush. I don't know how many are left alive.
I'm on it. I'll get the rest of the the group. They have good contacts. They'll get them there. Stay safe, okay?
Stay safe.
And she clicks off.
Okay.
As you're walking down the stairs, you notice already.
I'm doing this as I'm like running down the stairs.
Yeah. You notice a hell of a lot of bodyguards around a certain area which has a lot of blood. There's a few extra bodies lying around the place.
See if they're carrying like rifles or weapons or that sort of thing.
They're all carrying pistols.
Higher grade than mine.
They're about the same as yours.
I carry an extra one and some extra clips of ammo if they fit into my gun.
You could definitely have a couple of extra clips.
Just a quick grab. Let's go.
Yeah, and you hear this cough and of somebody trying to be authoritative whilst being incredibly injured.
Hey, I make my way over. Stay safe. Medical personnel is on the way.
Where the hell is my daughter? Is she safe?
Yasin is nearly dead, and I'm trying to go find her.
I know it's above your pay grade. Get her back, alright?
I just silence him and I go, no speaking. Reserve your energy now. No time for pride.
I'll reserve my energy when I wish.
I've already gone.
He tries to clap your hand as you leave.
I've already gone. I'm off like a bullet.
Yeah. You do pass where the Mitsuhama. You just notice as you're rushing past, you notice a Mitsuhama person. They're down. Summer Oi has several bullet holes. It's a complete mess. The weapon also is gone.
He's got no special weapon. Of course, there's a bloody heist. With a ransom as well. All right. Damn it. Okay. Right. I is he awake?
Who?
Mitsuhama Bish.
The Mitsuhama guy, he's sort of face down. He's sort of trying to struggle his way up.
No, I'm responsive. Okay. I see any more signs where they've gone.
It's quite clearly they've gone out the front door.
Okay.
Or at least the main group has gone out the front door.
I'm gonna try call her on my Metalink.
Who?
Angela.
You hear a phone.
Dropped.
You hear another phone going around, and it's left.
Hang up.
It's left with a glass of champagne, a smashed glass of champagne on the floor, and a red bow tie.
I take the red bow tie for forensic evidence and take her phone. I drink the. No, that might be poison. Fine. Yeah, I leave the champagne. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see if there's any other evidence of where she might have gone.
For now, you can't really see what's happened. There is boot marks and there's just shoe marks everywhere. It's a mess of people rushing in.
I'm not speaking shoe marks.
Sorry?
I'm speaking. If I'm going out into like the general car park area, what do I see?
There has been tire. There's that distinctive tire squeal mark.
Okay, so I follow that. Yeah, I follow that.
Yeah. You lose the trail after a while, and you sort of in your frustration. You
wait. I have some form of urban thing. Let me just check. Yes, I'm trying to find outdoors. Survival on the mountain, running, sneaking, urban, visual, perception, navigation, urban. Maps, inspire, breakfall, yucks. I guess I'm. Oh, apparently I can resuscitate people. That's cool. Where is it? Outdoors. Sorry, I'm trying to find ABC, Ellen and O. Oh, okay, that's not apparently there. Okay, it doesn't exist. All right.
What you know is it's going towards the south end, like it's going towards south direction.
Okay.
And you know that wherever it's going, it's not going to anywhere that's going to be easily traceable.
That's fine. All right, I head into the district. Did you say south side?
You try south side, thinking maybe this is probably a sense place.
Is that why generally it might have headed?
South side would be a good place to go. There's basically the south of London is the terrible side of London.
Yeah. Do I know any south side gangs?
Yes, you do. You know Taurus.
Okay, I head there. Fuck, gotta have to owe another favor. Favors all over the place.
So you go. You sort of sigh, you egg yourself up. You're like, okay, I'm gonna have to go to there. And you go to the same bar that you went to last time. Basically it's a house that's been sort of slightly knocked in. It's been boarded up with pieces of wood. It's the same bar, and it's got the same people in it. And there is Taurus once again sitting at the end in his little comfy circular set of sofa chairs ish.
Yeah. I knock on the door and politely make a small 30-degree bow. Hello.
Ah, Bastion. interesting that you should make an appearance tonight.
Yes.
He looks at he then sort of he ushers you in, and he notices that you've got blood on you, and you've still got the piece of wood jammed into the side
Sticking on
of
my
your
leg.
Jeez, man, sit. Oi, Owl, get over here. Do your medicine thing.
Do your medicine thing. Hey, get legs. I'm gonna run over town and get him a first aid kit, eh?
This guy with the biggest, roundest glasses. You realise why he's called Owl.
Yeah.
And he looks at the piece of wood. He goes, "What the hell did you do?" As he yanks this thing directly out of your leg.
Yeah.
And he sort of starts taking the splinters out, quite extremely efficiently, and he binds your leg up. It bloody hurts, but he sews the gap up, and
Arigato.
you can. He also sort of goes, "Here, you need this," and hands you some vodka.
Not yet.
Trust me, you're going to need it for the next bit.
Not yet. I quickly hold my hands in like a weight motion. That can be discussed in a moment. Taurus,
Indeed.
you had something you wanted to say.
You wanted to say something to me?
Yes.
Go for it.
I know you wanted me on a job.
I did.
Well, that job can only be completed so fast as I can complete this one. You understand how business works.
I understand.
I also understand that you are a respectable man. And, as much as I'm not going to try butt nose you here, I could use the help. I need a location. Just like last time.
Okay. Do you have any details?
Same girl as last time.
She's gone off for a runner again?
No, she's been kidnapped by some scientist bastards.
Scientist, you say?
Creepy bastard wearing some sort of lab coat. Has a penchant for flashbangs.
Yeah, they're quite useful.
I could definitely use some next time.
Before he continues, he holds his hand up, and he sort of indicates, and you notice Mouse, the same girl that you had dealt with before. She rushes over and she brings a box. And as he hands you the box and goes, "Right, this you can do at the same time, and this will be the favour." And hands you the box. It's a courier mission, simple enough. I want you to take it into the LCZ. I want you to hand it to either Gamma or an orc medic who goes by the name of Sam. Nobody else shall touch it. Nobody else shall open it.
I start on my pack. Understood.
And you could.
These people are in the same place.
By the sounds of it, they've gone into the LCZ. The only person who matches that description would be a person in there. I would not go into there, personally, but being that you're a Shadowrunner, this is kind of what you do.
I do not have a choice.
You need to go in there. So, find Gamma. She's got the most distinctive look you've probably seen. Very long white hair. She's interesting looking. You'll recognise her weirdness.
Understood.
And try not to piss off Sam. But yes, that's what I want you to find. Give it to them. If anyone knows of where Angela Pelinta is, it will be one of those two.
Understood. Thank you.
Now drink your vodka.
I only have a sip.
It's for the pain, you dumbass. And I'll also...
Oh, I know. Bastion isn't the sort of guy that just dulls the pain.
You also notice Owl does actually pour some of the vodka on your binding as a way of sort of sterilizing it, and then walks off.
Bastion gives a little bit of a grin and goes, "Pain demands to be felt."
Yeah, you weird Japanese guys. You're interested.
Actually, it is an English quote. I get up and begin to leave.
So yeah, you head into the LC. You're heading up to the LCZ, and that is where we're going to leave our mini episode. So, did you enjoy that, Major Dude Strong?
We'll see where it goes.
But did you enjoy it?
A little bit.
He's smirking. He enjoyed a little bit.
I'm enjoying what it's going to lead to. And I'm going to enjoy skewering that man like a human kebab.
Always fun.
Oh yeah.
So yes, it is good night, and I hope you all enjoy the next few.
Also, viewers who kept on this long, you get to see my terrible hair today.
Hey.
Terrible hair day. It's all wispy and shit.
See, me, I put on my makeup. These guys already know I don't wear makeup in real life. I wear it because I look ridiculous on a camera without it. But yes, so enjoy the rest of the mini episodes. This is 1 of 3, and enjoy the next 2 installments of The Road to Chaos. Good night, everyone. It's good night from me, Shaddock Shademore, and good night from Major Jude Strong.
My next costume, Green Cyborg Ninja Dude.
There you go. Have a good night, and see you on the main.
Good night, guys.